What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. After finishing up throughout the course of like 2-3 days or even 4 days in when it comes to the Limit 1 Festival, the deck of choice happens to be a fat 60 cards of art deck. When it comes to the acronym of art, A for Aroma, R for Rikka, T for Traptrix, just so that everyone knows. Now, when it comes to this particular list about how do I feel on some card choices, they are absolutely decent enough. Depends on each and every single individual plant and some honorary insects and many others to coexist to come up with this one crazy concoction of a deck list. So before we get things started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys know the good stuff. So first things first about the deck profile, and I'm going to organize it for you guys. We're gonna start from left to right, and I'm going to categorize it by the way how archetypes, hand traps, board breakers, and many more. So first things first, we're going to start off with hand traps, board breakers, and many more. Ghost Ogre, Ash, Ghost Belle, this card came up 1 times too many, and then Ogre, same thing as well. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, this card comes up throughout the majority of the second half of the event for the Aroma side of things. And then Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill, this card clutch in terms of effect negation on the special summon, and once the life point burning comes up, this is where Aroma's going to have their continuous effects where while the life points are going up to some degree. And then Monster Reborn, Lightning Storm, Tactics Talent, Book of Moon, Forbidden Chalice, Cosmic Cyclone, Called by the Grave, Blizzard, Infinite Impermanence, Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike. That's the hand trap slash board breaker slash staple. Onwards to the letter A, as in Aromas. Aromaseraphie Angelica, Aromage Laurel, Aromage Jasmine, Aromage Kananga, Aromage Rosemary, Aromage Marjoram, favorite, Aromage Bergamo. And then when it comes to the usage of the Aromas, Angelica, Laurel, they both come up in terms of life point gain. Kananga's debuff came up at least once or twice a match just to get over some things. And then Rosemary in terms of canceling out monster effects when my life is higher, so that way I can get a bigger push against my opponents. That comes up at least like 1 to 2 times in. And then Marjoram, once again the favorite. Her DD Crow-esque effect comes up at least once, and it was just to remove some graveyard-like effects of certain cards. And then Aromage Bergamo, Pierce Battle Damage definitely came up to some degree. And then Aroma Garden, Gardening, which of course both cards come up. First half, Aroma Garden comes up, and in the second half, Gardening came up. And then Humid, Dried, Blessed Winds, all three have their own usages of effects. Blessed Winds came up the most, and then Humid Winds was second place, and then Dried Winds, it wasn't seen much. Onwards to the letter R, as in Rikka's. Rikka Petal. Card comes up a whole lot. Primula. Princess. Mudan. Snowdrop. All of their usages of Rikka effects. Every last one of those cards came up in terms of monster effects. And then the Rikka Spells and Traps, Rikka Glamour, Rikka Concon, Rikka Flurries. Flurries was the MVP because in case if I cannot get over monsters that couldn't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, aside from Concon, I could just outright tribute their bosses, so that way they shouldn't be able to handle or generate too much advantage, which is absolutely nuts. And then the other Rikka cards, Rikka Tranquility, Rikka Sheet, and then both of the traps, they both came up. Well, technically, Tranquility came up only one time, but Sheet came up most of the times, minus the tribute, just so that they shouldn't be able to do anything in terms of the targeted monsters effect activations. And then the letter T, aka Traptrix. Starting off fresh, Traptrix Atrax, favorite Traptrix, Myrmilio, Nepenthes, Dionea, MVP of normal summonable Traptrix on any follow-up, Mantis, Ginlisi, Vesiculo. This card comes up all the time in terms of opening combo plays. Pudica. This card is the MVP in terms of defensive use of Pudica. This card comes up too many times in terms of spot removal on special summons, and then it gets the opportunity to push your opponent on edge with that same Pudica. And then Arachnocampa card is amazing, but the problem was in terms of doing plant combos. Every time I constantly keep staring at this card, it made me think I want to drop the Arachnocampa, but unfortunately cards such as Petal, Snowdrop, and Concon got me plant restricted. But Arachnocampa is usually for your opponent's turn in case if they try to board break your set cards. And then Traptrix Garden, and then the whole trap cards. Bottomless, this comes up once. Deep Dark doesn't come up a whole lot. Void, this comes up at least once or twice. Really strong. Traptrix Chapeau Nightmare, card's insane. Time Space, absolutely insane. Floodgates, also insane. Break Off, this card comes up one times too many, all from the Link Summon Sarah or the moment my opponent Link summons. If that Break Off trap hole is in the deck, Rafflesia can toss it out, and then most Traptrix monsters, as well as monsters that are being pointed at based off from my field, they should be safe depending on the arrows. Network Trap Hole did not come up at all. Neither does Gravedigger. Wanted to play through so much hand traps or graveyards, but Gravedigger doesn't come up too much. Terrifying Trap Hole. This card comes up 1 time too many thanks to Traptrix Calaria reset buttoning the card. Holotea. This card comes up literally every game in terms of combo plays with the Aroma and Rikka stuff. And then, are there any honorary cards that I am missing about? Lonefire Blossom, the honorary plant monster of all plant monsters, who is able to utilize every single plant monster based off from this list specifically to plant monsters only. Lonefire Blossom, MVP of all combo enablers. Extra deck, the Synchros, Rosemary, Sweet Marjoram. Rosemary come up with a plant boosting, and then Sweet Marjoram, sadly as it is, she did not come up at all, but at the same time, it would have been extra nice if I was able to tutor out so much advantage, so that way I want to get the search off from the 3 wins, continuous traps, 1 of the 3, and then proceed to play as regular. And then the Rikkas, Rikka Queen Strenna, Kanzashi, Aurea, Queen of the Night, Teardrop, and Sacred Tree Beast. And then for the Traptrix, Sarah, basic. Traptrix Calaria, basic. Adipus, this card comes up at least 1 time. Card came up clutch. Rafflesia, Alamaris, Pinguicula, all of them have their own usages of effects. And last but not least, out of all the extra deck monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe from the current extra deck, that came up the most, as in literally every single game, Aroma Seraphy Jasmine, the star of the show of all plant decks, who is able to keep plant decks alive and well. And one card you didn't see from this list, or a couple cards in terms of the whole entire main deck usage. Rose Girl, World Carrot Weight Champion, Mardell, Generator Boss of Light, and Trap Tantalizing Tune. The reason why those 4 cards did not see play at all, it's only because I literally had no space for this Fat 60 deck profile of art. With that being said, this is James Polk on this unique Fat 60 card of Plant Pile, aka art. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and we'll catch you guys in the next event.